Coming up, we as a nation are disinfecting more now than ever, but are you using the right cleaners if your go-to is out of stock? And what all should you clean? We'll answer those questions after a short break. Well, now more than ever, cleaning services and cleaning thoroughly are vital. Cleaning expert Justin Douglas has been in the cleaning and janitorial business for more than 20 years and has some helpful tips to keep you from making some cleaning mistakes.
Justin, yeah, you guys are vitally important. The janitorial services that we just kind of took for granted for a long time, really now at the forefront of this pandemic, we need those cleaning services now more than ever. For people at home, what are some of the things that we need to keep in mind as we're trying to clean our own homes?
Well, I think one of the big things that people need to be aware of is their schedule, what they're cleaning, how often, and being aware of those high touch points. That's where the germs and the disinfecting, of course, needs to take place because everyone in your home is handling those items and objects.
There's some mistakes out there that I'm sure that you notice as a professional in this business that a lot of us at home are making. Talk about some of those big mistakes.
Yeah, I think the biggest mistake that people are making has to do with the chemicals as well as the application of them. So you want to clean a surface, but then you need to disinfect it. And when you're doing that, you need to let the chemical dwell to have enough time to kill whatever it is it's trying to kill, in this case, a virus or bacteria. So that two-step process is critical. The other thing that I think people are making mistakes about is reinfecting areas that are clean. So the frequency of cleaning those surfaces, how you're cleaning them, again, just being very mindful of the fact that you might clean something in the morning, but it needs to be hit again in the afternoon, in the evening, as many times as possible. And, avoiding reinfecting areas.
The dirtiest parts of our homes might not necessarily be where we think they are.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, what people have typically thought about cleaning, vacuuming floors, trash, that of course is all still really important, but it's become very different now. I think the appliances are probably the dirtiest place in the house, and specifically washing machine, dryers, and quite frankly, your trash bins. That's where soiled material is going to go. And it's just not a part of our regular routine. So we're reminding people to make sure that, of course, you're hitting the appliances, as we said, but anywhere that soiled rags, cloths, paper towels that you've used to clean are going now needs to be cleaned too.
Let's talk about the products that we use to clean and disinfect our homes. It's been hard to find some of those products lately because everyone has gone out to get the Lysol and the disinfecting wipes. What should we be using and what should we use if we can't necessarily find what we typically would like to use?
Yeah, so, I think the supply chain is catching up, but certainly people went out and bought in bulk, and that's understandable. In terms of a disinfectant, you want to be using an EPA certified disinfectant. The CDC is a great resource for people out there, and they have a list of all of these types of cleaning chemicals that you can use. In the event that you can't get something at the store, there are home remedies. I think the thing that your viewers should be very careful about is mixing those home remedies, just as a disclaimer. But bleach is a disinfectant that you can use that the CDC is recommending, and you need to dilute it with water correctly. And so is hydrogen peroxide. And then, there are some more basic remedies, but I don't think that they're totally ideal for this sort of pandemic. White vinegar, for instance, has some disinfecting properties, but, EPA certified disinfectant followed by bleach and hydrogen peroxide.
Let's talk about disinfecting things that we bring into our homes. First off, we have our shoes on. Should we be leaving those outside? And then as we bring in mail, packages, groceries, should we specifically be disinfecting each of those items?
Yes. And I think that's where people break down in terms of their vigilance, if you will. When groceries arrive, when packages come, frankly, it's almost the only interaction we're having with the outside world right now. So I think people get excited, but no, the delivery people who are just as critical as janitors right now are out in the world and not social distancing. And so I think what's really important is to set up almost a manufacturing line in your home. If you get home or you get packages, if you can leave them outside for a period of time, put them in your garage, put them somewhere safe, and and quarantine those packages, quite frankly, for a period of time. And then once that's elapsed, go out and disinfect it with a Lysol or a disinfectant. And then also get rid of the packaging that whatever you've ordered has come in. Or in the case of groceries, if you can take your strawberries from one of those plastic containers and put them into clean Tupperware, that's what you really need to be doing. So it's the chemical, but it's also the awareness about order of operations for bringing outside objects into your home.
And Justin, are you guys still working as much? And how does someone know when they do need a professional to come in?
Yeah, so we're an office cleaning company because so many of our customers are now quarantined and sheltering in place. So we're trying to provide home cleaning tips. I think it's a tricky situation, obviously, that we're in. That's an understatement. But for the time being aware of who's in your home and who's not is probably the best and first line of defense. And therefore, if you can do your own cleaning at home, that's probably the right thing to do. And, we've all got a lot of people at home these days. So you want to press your family into service and make it a team sport.
Justin, thanks so much for your time. I know you guys are certainly teaching us a lot as we learn to do it ourselves at home and make sure we're doing it correctly. We appreciate you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.